Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new Jurassic Park Survival video. And finally, at last, we have something new from this video game. If you guys are blissfully unaware, we actually did a live stream last week, right at the start of the weekend, where we basically sat and watched the Summer Games Fest for 3 hours. And if you guys didn't know, that was until 3 or 4 in the morning for me over here. So yeah, we spent a long time waiting for a new trailer for Jurassic Park Survival of some kind, and we got nothing. we got absolutely nothing. So it was kind of a waste, but finally on the 31st anniversary of Jurassic Park today, we got some new images, some new details, and yeah, it's finally happening. Stuff is happening, and hopefully this isn't just a here you go for the sake of you guys complaining. Hopefully this means that maybe something next month will happen, and maybe something the month after that. We'll get some more details as time goes on. But before we get into today's video, I do want to remind you guys that we are aiming for 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're less than 30,000 subscribers away. And with Chaos Theory Season 2 approaching, with a title reveal and possibly a new trailer for the brand new Jurassic World movie that's coming out next year, there's a lot of Jurassic content here on the channel for you guys to enjoy in the upcoming months. So if that interests you in any way, then please do consider subscribing and turn that bell notification on so you don't miss an upload. Don't forget to also like the video as we aim for 2,000 likes on today's video. And finally, once you're sat back, relaxed and enjoying your G Fuel after using code SWERVE for 20% off, it is time to discover some brand new information for Jurassic Park Survival. Oh man, I was sat here today contemplating what type of video to make, and I didn't really have a strong idea of what video I wanted to do, but I started working on one, and then thankfully, we've been blessed with some brand new exclusive details from Jurassic Park Survival via IGN. Out of nowhere, but to, I guess, celebrate Jurassic June and the 31st anniversary of Jurassic Park, we have some brand new details about the video game itself, some information about the release date, some new images, and some locations and dinosaurs and characters that we'll be seeing. So this article is full of new, exciting stuff, let's say. Okay, firstly, I want to talk about the images because that's what comes up first in the article. Now, these are all alpha in-game screenshots, so they're not even in beta stage yet, so do bear that in mind, that if this does look a bit funky or you see some glitches or doesn't look quite right, just be aware that this is an alpha. It's supposed to be polished into a beta, and then it's supposed to be polished into a full game release. So bear that in mind. But the first image we have right here actually involves the Tyrannosaurus Rex of Rexy. Now, how do we know it's Rexy? Well, it's because it takes place in 1993, one day after the events of the original movie. Therefore, only one Rex has been bred on Isla Nublar, and that is in fact Rexy. Now this image actually looks really good. Not too much about it. We do see Rexy in the background, and we see some really good looking foliage that kind of just describes Isla Nublar. If you were to think of Isla Nublar foliage, this is exactly what it would be like. But yeah, not too much to it. I can't really see too many details or Easter eggs. But still, it's a really cool look at Rexy here, and she will be the only Tyrannosaurus Rex in the game. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a feeling that Rexy is going to be practically just roaming this open world video game across Isla Nublar. So I don't think it's really going to be very robotic or, programmed. It's going to be a dinosaur that kind of just roams around, and you just have to avoid her, basically. In our next image, we have Velociraptors. Now what's interesting about this is that there's 3 Velociraptors. Yeah, I don't know about that one. As we know, I believe we had 3 Velociraptors in the original Jurassic Park movie, and one of them was actually teased in the trailer that we got for Jurassic Park Survival, and that one was the one that supposedly got locked in the ice chamber or the ice freezer that Tim was able to escape from. And at the end of the trailer we see the door open, so we presume that the Velociraptor that we see in the game is that one. And I believe that the other 2 were actually killed by Rexy, and I don't think there was another Velociraptor or 2 about. So seeing these 3 raptors, I'm going to have to double check my knowledge here. I'm not too sure if this breaks canon continuity. Either way, this does confirm that we aren't dealing with just one Velociraptor, but there are in fact multiple Velociraptors across Isla Nublar that we have to worry about. However, what's more interesting here, yes, okay, fair enough, it's an alpha in-game screenshot, but there seems to be a chance here that these 3 raptors are together because they are pack hunted. And that means you're getting hunted down from a pack of Velociraptors, which just sounds really cool because they'll be trying to outsmart you, you have to try and outsmart them. So yeah, that just sounds awesome. Interestingly, none of these screenshots are taken in the daytime, and through the trailer that we have for Jurassic Park Survival, none of that's in the daytime either. I'm not too sure if this is an atmospheric thing that they have going on here, or maybe the whole story of Jurassic Park Survival is supposed to take place the night after Jurassic Park. I'm not entirely too sure, but it is interesting that we don't see any daytime shots here. After this, we get our first confirmation of somewhere that we can visit that we were questioning, and this is the science lab where we get to see Dr. DNA. Now this is the little ride that Alan, Ian and Ellie, as well as John Hammond and Gennaro, rode on, where they kind of just got this little documentary of how Jurassic Park first started, how they created dinosaurs, and then they broke out of it and went into a science lab. So I assume that if we are getting to see this theatre screen right here, then I would also presume that we will be checking out the science lab as well, where we saw the baby velociraptor being born. I did make a video about it, suggesting that that velociraptor was probably killed off, literally like the day after the events of Jurassic Park, and that was before Jurassic Park Survival was even announced. So there is a chance we might see the dead embryo of that baby velociraptor that we saw in Jurassic Park. Who knows? We just have to wait and see if Jurassic Park Survival is actually canon, because I don't think there's any information in this article regarding its canon title, its canon status. And the fourth image that we have here is actually more concept art, so this isn't taken directly from in the game, but I presume that because it is concept art, we will see a building like this. And this is one of the bunkers. Now, I'm not going to confirm whether or not it's the one that we see from Jurassic Park, because it does look, you know, quite different. But again, a nighttime shot right here with rain and another storm, and also the classic Jurassic Park Jeep. So because it's in a concept art, whilst it doesn't confirm, I would assume that the classic Jurassic Park Jeeps will be appearing in this video game as well. But enough about the images, let's get into this IGN article and discuss some important information and details. Within the interview that IGN had, they said, "We learned that we'll not only be revisiting iconic locations from the 1993 film, but we'll also be seeing some brand new ones. This particular setting allowed the developers to explore places that were only implied in the film but never seen. Distant buildings, places where visitors were meant to stay the night, and so forth. And the locations that we're familiar with have been changed by the aftermath of the film." So that right there confirms some very interesting information, because of course we do have some maps from Jurassic Park that kind of confirm that we do have different buildings that we never got to see in the movie. One of them I believe was actually John Hammond's lodge, and I think there was like some hotels as well. So the fact that these were only implied in the movie, but we are going to see them in Jurassic Park, gets me very excited, especially if Jurassic Park Survival is supposed to be canon, because this gives us our first official canonical cinematic look at what these buildings would have looked like in the movie if we did get to see them. We have been working with all of our stakeholders on what the island would have looked like after the events of the film. This includes areas we all love like the visitor center and the T-Rex paddock, but also what we didn't see, things that were not part of the tour or got cut off by the storm. Those on the island were supposed to be there overnight, so what does that mean? What would they have seen and where would they have stayed if everything went according to plan? That is where we are starting. One thing is for certain, the island is as much a part of the story as the characters and dinosaurs. Now, I don't want to look too much into this because we, again, don't have any confirmation about this, but the fact that they've gone into some great detail to kind of just explore what Isla Nublar would have looked like, and not just a section of Isla Nublar, to me, because we know that this video game is at least 70 gigabytes at launch, to me this sounds open world. And that gets me very excited. Like we're not like level based, we can go from one end to the island to the other, which is very exciting. But again, this isn't confirmation, just by what they're talking about. That's what it sounds like to me. We're going to be able to explore in third person, actually I believe in first person as well, the whole entire island of Isla Nublar, which may give us our best canonical look of Isla Nublar from anything we've ever seen before, canon wise, material wise, anything. That includes the websites, the movies, the brochures, anything. It seems like Jurassic Park Survival really wants to give us an inside look at Isla Nublar entirely. Now we're hit again with some more interesting information here. Speaking of the characters and the dinosaurs, it sounds like we'll see some new ones of both. Lake specifically refers to new characters, plural, meaning more than just the scientist Maya Joshi that we do see in the trailer. So who are these characters? I don't know. I again presume some people that were just left behind on the island, because I think everyone pretty much got evacuated, so I can't imagine who else we'll get to see. And in a response to a question about quote-unquote special dinosaurs in the game that aren't in the movie, Melchior uncryptably replied with, "Life finds a way." So we're just going to have to see what that exactly means. Now, they can't break the canon continuity too much, especially if this game is supposed to be canon, because we have not many dinosaurs that we never got to see in the movie that actually are confirmed to be in Jurassic Park. 3 of them off the top of my head are Proceratosaurus, Metriacanthosaurus, and also Segisaurus. Now, we do actually get to see all 3 of these species in the Jurassic World Evolution 2 video game, so we do see them in Jurassic media. However, we never got to see what they would have looked like if they did appear in the Jurassic Park movie. So, with him teasing here that life finds a way about some special dinosaurs, I believe that at the very least, Metriacanthosaurus could be appearing in Jurassic Park Survival, which gets me very excited because, you know, we think of Jurassic Park, we think of Triceratops, Parasaurolophus, Brachiosaurus, T-Rex, Velociraptors, you know, the basics. But the people who watch the movie and don't really know the entire lore of Isla Nublar and Jurassic Park, they wouldn't be too clued in to the fact that Segisaurus, Metriacanthosaurus, and Proceratosaurus all exist on the island. I mean, heck, even Stegosaurus was on the island as well, but we never got to see on the movie. So those are 4 species that could be confirmed for Jurassic Park Survival based off this cryptic reply. And since we are playing as Maya Joshi, what exactly will we be doing? Well, one of the developers at Saber did offer this explanation to how exploring the island will work. The island is full of different types of terrain, many of them quite challenging. The player will need to use caution and planning in some cases, checking routes in advance. Something that Dennis Nedry didn't do. There will also be times when the player will need to move very carefully through an environment to avoid the attention of certain predators. Maya, the main character, is neither superhuman nor an action hero. There are real risks for her around every corner, and the player will need to use a mixture of intelligence, grit, and patience to survive the island's many challenges. So once again, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds open world to me, which, you know, just think of GTA 5 or GTA 6 in Jurassic Park. That's how I'm imagining this. Maybe not to that extent, but somewhat, you know? And at the very end of this article, not too much is confirmed. However, they did say that yes, Jurassic Park Survival, or a game of this magnitude, is the most requested game for Universal to make in recent times. So that's why they got the green light to go ahead with it. However, unfortunately, we may still have to wait a while as Universal and Saber aren't sharing any release date information just yet. But they did confirm that the game will not be coming out in 2024. I know. Very upsetting. I know. Loads of people are going to be very upset by that because it just sounds very weird to release an announcement trailer and to not have the game released within the next 365 days, you know? So yeah, some people are going to be very upset with that, especially considering that some websites and even some marketing posters in Europe did actually confirm December of 2024. So it seems like this game might have actually been delayed and they weren't supposed to put those posters and websites out just yet. But in very recent news, we did see through, I think, GameSpot.com, it seems like Jurassic Park Survival might be releasing in 2026. Yeah, that doesn't sound good, especially with, you know, considering this game has been in development since 2021 and we've had an announcement trailer at the end of 2023 to almost wait 3 years, 2 years between an announcement trailer and release. That's very, very unheard of. Very unheard of. So, I don't know. We just have to wait and see. They could say it won't release in 2024 and then boom, January 2025, there's the release. But I highly doubt that's going to be the case. I would presume that maybe, just maybe, this will be releasing, I don't know, they have multiple options here. Most games like this like to release later in the year, so my gut is saying November 2025, but that's also the time frame of where I want Jurassic World Evolution 3 to release, or where I think it will release as well. So we just have to wait and see. There's no point speculating about the release date just yet, although I'm now saying that I might make a video on it, so we'll see. But it's not coming out in 2024, so unfortunately this year we won't be playing it. But who knows, if it comes out in 2025, we have a Black Ops 2 remaster, we have Black Ops 6, we have GTA 6, and now Jurassic Park Survival. We've got a lot of games coming out in 2025. But yeah, as for information, screenshots, images, trailers, all of that concern, that's practically it. Not too much, but still enough to make a video like this and to get us very excited for Jurassic Park Survival. So, you know, if you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, because we will be covering as much Jurassic Park Survival content as we can up until, you know, a new trailer, a new release date, or until the actual release. Who knows? We just have to wait and see and keep our fingers crossed that it's sooner rather than later. But most importantly, all I ask for from you guys today is to make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.